It is a Monday, and with that comes your fix of game news to help tide you over until Gamescom begins. I'm Kim Horcher, and in today's Daily Fix, Mamma Mia! It's game over for an iconic voice actor, and Starfield's start screen is starting debates. Let's go! Presented by Universal Orlando Resort. Bet you couldn't tell who I was talking about by that Mamma Mia line, but original Mario voice actor Charles Martinet, who many of us directly associate with Nintendo's flagship character, will no longer be voicing the role. According to Nintendo, Martinet will be, quote, stepping back from recording character voices for our games, but he'll continue to travel the world sharing the joy of Mario and interacting with you all, end quote, in his new role as what they're calling Mario Ambassador. This comes as a surprise to many because Martinet has 32 years of voicing the world's most famous plumber under his tool belt, and he is synonymous with not only the voice of Mario, but also Luigi, Wario, Waluigi, Metal Mario, Shadow Mario, Baby Mario, and several more characters. In 2021, Martinet said that he wanted to, quote, voice Mario until I drop dead, which we sincerely hope you don't do, Charles. His long tenure in the role goes back to 1991 when he first began voicing Mario at trade shows before taking on 1994's Mario Teaches Typing, and then the much more universally loved Super Mario 64 in 1996. While Martinet has acted in other roles such as the announcer in Super Punch-Out in 1994 and Magenta in Dragon Ball Legends this year, Martinet is credited in 121 game titles as his Super Mario Bros. Characters, and that does not include voicing those characters in other media, such as in Super Nintendo World and as Mario and Luigi's father Giuseppe in this year's The Super Mario Bros. Movie. Undoubtedly, whomever takes on the role next has some monumental Mega Mario-sized shoes to fill. According to the post from Nintendo, special video messages from both Charles Martinet and Shigeru Miyamoto are still to come. Until then, thank you, Charles, for bringing Mario, Luigi, and so many more of our beloved characters to life. We're gonna miss you. Guess it's time to let it go. Bethesda head of publishing Pete Hines has responded to remarks from ex-Blizzard developer Mark Kern, who late last week leaked an image of Starfield's start screen on Twitter, judging the design as hasty and from a team that didn't care, calling it indicative of how much pride the team took in their work. As you may guess, Hines did not care much for those comments, saying, quote, or they designed what they wanted and that's been our menu for years and was one of the first things we settled on. Having an opinion is one thing, questioning out a developer's, quote, care because you would have done it different is highly unprofessional coming from another, quote, dev. Yikes! But that brings about a real discussion point. Can you actually judge a game by its start screen? Numerous Twitter users replied, citing other hit Bethesda games with clean, Spartan start screens, such as Fallout 4 and a little game called Skyrim. Heard of it? Other games with simple start screens cited include Dark Souls, Demon Souls, The Last of Us Part 2, Halo, Chrono Trigger, Portal 2, and many more. Part of Kern's rationale in judging Starfield's start screen is that, in his opinion, such screens are created at the very end of development and that it is common for start screens to change from their pre-launch state prior to a full release, concluding, quote, teams that take pride want to put a good face forward and will often redo these just prior to game going live. But what do you think? Is it fair to judge a simple start screen as a negative reflection of the game? What does a good start screen even look like? Starfield preloads on the Xbox Series X and S went live last week, and IGN's official review comes out when the game drops, August 31st. And that's it for your gaming stories for today, Monday, August 21st. Don't forget that our Gamescom 2023 coverage begins this week, and there will be tons more gaming news to come. I'm Kim Horcher, and I'll see you again soon.